Welcome to Leicester Fan TV. With special thanks to our pal Ben. ADT Taxis, Feed Me, Piglet's Pantry, Tiger, Leicester Garage Conversions, Pink Vehicle Leasing, Hologram, The Fox's Arms, Moyer Wade Interiors, and our chosen charity, Memphis UK. We bring you the fans' views on the match each week, and your views matter to us. Join the fans debate each match with us. Follow us at Leicester Fan TV.
Hi guys, welcome to Leicester Fan TV for the lunchtime special. How is everyone this afternoon, or good morning, shall I say? Good morning, Daz. Hope you're well, mate. Zach in the States, good morning, pal. How do we win a Wembley shirt? Well, guys, you've got to be in it to win it. You enter the competition on the website at Leicester Fan TV. Go to competitions and click Wembley. Phil will tell you all about it when he joins me live from the King Power Stadium. LCSC Gray, hello, mate. Doris Singh, hi. Sean, morning, pal. Maz Redway, hi. All right, everyone, hope we are well. Yes, we are good. Ross Wiener, hello, mate. Dave Fedstead, good morning. Luke, good morning / afternoon, pal. So, guys, we're going to be talking about the top 6 pulling out of the European Super League, the end of the European Super League. We've got the best owners, haven't we? So we'll be talking about Top and Vishai since taking over at Leicester in 2011. So we'll be talking about them guys as well. The protest that went on at Chelsea yesterday and around the footballing world. And guys, football is nothing without the fans. Let's get that in there. So let's get a few more. Hello, Phil.
Hi, Jack, mate. How are you doing?
Good morning. Live from the King Power, Philip Holloway.
Good afternoon, Jack. And as ever, Leicester City, bless them. I've just done, what is it, from Loughborough to Leicester? I don't know, what's that, about 20 miles to get down here? To pick up the Wembley shirt, the Wembley 21, you know, the one that they're pumping and saying, come down and buy it. Guess what?
Yeah.
Guess what, Jack?
What's that, Phil? What you got for us?
You can't buy a Wembley shirt at the King Power Stadium today.
You can't?
They've got, they've run out of W's.
Oh, that's a shame.
They have run out of W's, so they can't print you. And they haven't got any on the shelves. We've only just got to an FA Cup final, and they haven't got any of these FA Cup final shirts on the shelves. They've got loads of blue shirts on the shelves, but they can't print the word W on them.
Probably used too many W's for them owners, Phil, yesterday in the protests and that. Not gonna say the word, but there you go. You know what I mean.
Indeed. So
Wembley will do.
Yes. So don't bother coming down the King Power Stadium. Certainly today, tomorrow. I've been told they're going to get in some W's next week. So I did have a word. I said, well, I think you should put it out on your socials because I'm not the only one in there trying to buy a Wembley 21 shirt today. There's quite a few other fans. And everybody's like just scratching their heads going, well, no. And then she said, well, we've got W's in blue so we can print you a white shirt if you want.
Yeah.
And I discussed it with them, and apparently we will be playing in the white kit at Wembley.
Yeah.
It definitely won't be the maroon kit. It definitely will be the white kit. It won't be the blue kit. But guess what, Jack?
We get a W on the pitch tomorrow.
Guess what, Jack? About the white kit.
You brought the white one.
You can't buy a white kit because they haven't got any large. They haven't got any medium. They've run out. So.
God's sake.
So it's a
bad day at the office, Phil.
It's a bad day, to come down here and try and sort out a shirt.
That's ridiculous.
But we will get one. We've got this competition,
Tell the
Jack.
guy how they can win it, Phil. Tell the guys that Leicester Fan TV is watching.
Well, we've set up the competition and we can get one sorted. The W's will be back in before the final. So on leicesterfantv.com/competitions, I'll put the link in the description already. People can enter. All they've got to do, Jack, the question is so easy. they've got to just answer when was the last year Leicester City were in an FA Cup final.
1980. Oh yeah, I'm not going to get away.
Don't give it away, Jack.
No, I'm not going to get away.
Can't give
Phil,
it away, mate.
Someone asked, how much are the ESL shirts?
Yeah, belly cheap. I tell you what, the Europa League kit in there is very cheap at the moment. They got all the Europa t-shirts and that obviously
you don't get a shirt if you've got a fox tattooed on your heart. Exactly.
That's right, Nigel.
Wembley, here we go.
Wembley, that's right. Yes, it's classic. I mean, you know, Leicester can do things like this sometimes. I know we do some things very well, but yeah, lots of advertising. Come and buy your Wembley 21 shirts and no Wembleys. And if you want it in white, which is the kit we will play in, there's no sizes.
Phil, let's talk about these guys, innit? Let's talk about these guys, our owners.
Yeah, indeed.
What do you want to say about them?
Well, we should be. I put a little post out late on last night when it was all crumbling, this European Super League, and it was crumbling. It made me think again that we have had, you know, the owners came in. Again, I think we should go back to even Milan Mandaric's time and say well done to what he did for the club, because he did effectively step in and rescue the club himself and set it up and hand it over in a good state of affairs to Convici and then Top. And I think we should be really pleased with our owners that they haven't done anything stupid. They've been honourable owners and really looked after Leicester City for us, and that's what they are, Jack. They're just custodians of this club. Because I was thinking about this on the way down here, Jack, and I'm not being harsh about it, but I would like to almost guarantee that you care more about Leicester City, and I care more about Leicester City, and probably everybody who's watching this live stream cares more about Leicester City even than Top does, because yes, he's come in and done a great job, but we care more about this club than anybody. So we are lucky that Top and the management team that are in from King Power are doing a good job for us, because they are doing it for us.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, they're doing a fan's job, aren't they? I think when they took over, they've done a fantastic job in where they've took us. Vishy had a dream to build a football team. He said we'd be a top 6 team one day. Football fans around the world would have laughed at Leicester when he said that, but he's proved them wrong. He's just done exactly that. They've never took out of the club. They've always gave to the fans. They've brought the community closer than ever. And they're just enjoying the journey as well as the fans are.
But it does show you, Jack, it could be a very fine line for anybody who owns the club. And perhaps what it's shown Liverpool fans and Man United fans, and it should show fans of all clubs, is that when you've got owners that come in and are in charge of your club, we're lucky that Top and the guys haven't took us into anything. I mean, look at Cardiff. They changed from blue shirts to red shirts just because the owner wanted to do it. Look, you know, these owners can come in and effectively play with this as a toy. But for you and me, Jack, we're fans. This is something we've lived with since we were kids. We'll die with this. I'll probably be still a fan. Well, I'll of course I'll still be a fan until the day I die. But I'll probably still be here when Top and King Power maybe have gone. You know, are they going to be? Hopefully I'm still going to be coming down here in 20, 30 years' time before I've gone. I'll still be doing that. I know that now. I can guarantee you that. I can't guarantee who will be in charge of Leicester City then, but I can guarantee you'll still be a fan. People watching this will still be a fan, and I'll be a fan.
Dipak says, Phil, that's true, Phil. The difference is that two cares about us, and puts our passion for the club he owns at the forefront of every corporate decision. Exactly. He could have easily gone into the Super League or something like that to do what Mike Ashley wants to do and earn revenue and profit. But these owners at Leicester City are nothing like that. They'd rather give to the fans and the community and the hospitals and all that than just think of their own pockets. Respect to them.
Jack, it would be absolutely fantastic. I know Dipak's watching. I'd love Dipak to come on, and not now necessarily, but I'd love to set up a show with Dipak, because Dipak is a massive Leicester City fan, and has been since the 70s, about my age as well. But Dipak is well into his American sports, so it'd be great to get Dipak and maybe Don Cole on to talk about American sports, the franchise model, because that's effectively what this Super League is. So I'd love to get Dipak's views on at some point.
Let's talk about the time, the QPR game, Phil, in 2013 when Leicester went to QPR. Jamie Vardy scored. Leicester won the game 1-0. The owners paid off the debt of what was owed in the club, and not many owners are going to do that. If you look at teams like Man United and teams like that, they're in massive debts, aren't they? Real Madrid, Barcelona, and our football club is clear of the debt, and we're just building rather than falling.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think it's being run like a business here, but in a proper way, proper way, Jack, isn't it? If you look at things, it can be frustrating sometimes as a fan, because you can sell Harry Maguire for 85 million, which is great business to get that for a fridge. But then we can, the club then, they don't go out and overstretch us. They think, well, we'll invest that in some infrastructure. We'll that Harry Maguire effectively, they took a loan out for the training ground, but then they've got money coming in. So they're balancing the books, and that's not easy, is it? But they're doing it, they're growing us in. This is how you grow a business with Leicester. You do it year on year, and you don't overstretch too much, but you're ambitious, and that's what I think we are doing.
I think with the owners, Phil, during the pandemic as well, they've paid their staff as well as, so they've obviously thought about the football club rather than themselves through these hard times, which is great to see from a club's perspective. Obviously, Leicester were the only team to do it and say no to television things for pay-per-views and that, which also shows how genuine these owners are and what best of interest they've got at Leicester City at heart.
Yeah, I agree. And I mean, like we say, Top and Konvichai before him, obviously it's not just about, we're stood here, this is where, we know we come down here, they'll dish out birthday cakes and beers, and we'll get a scarf and a hat, and if you've made a tough away trip on a Tuesday night to Cardiff or somewhere, they'll give you a scarf when you get there, or a t-shirt. They look after us as fans quite nicely, which is rightly so. I think they do look after us,
exactly.
But they also look after, I mean, you can see just over there is the Leicester Royal Infirmary. They look after the kids in there, they look after other people in there, they look after other community areas in here. So they have come in and they do look after people of Leicestershire, not just Leicester City fans.
I think it just shown, Phil, when we won the title that year, the community were tight-knitted, wasn't it? You had all different cultures coming together to celebrate a big, massive thing in history, which Leicester winning the title, everyone was celebrating together, and that's what you want to see, the whole of the football community coming together. Obviously, when the late Vishai died, it showed how much gratitude and respect everyone had for him, not just as Leicester City fans, but around the football world.
I'm not necessarily James Corden's biggest fan ever. You know James Corden, obviously.
Yeah.
He was doing the Late Late Show or whatever he does over in America, and I watched a YouTube clip of him talking about the European Super League, and he looked like he was close to tears, and he was saying to the American audience, I know you lot aren't particularly bothered about this, but he said it's really close to my heart. I think James Corden, is he a West Ham fan?
Yeah, he's a West Ham fan.
He's a hammer, isn't he? But he about 5 minutes into this, where he was just getting it all off his chest, he speaks about Leicester City in front of the massive global audience, and he's saying Leicester City gave every fan hope that their team can rise up the pyramid system and win something, and then get in the Champions League. And I think that is what we're so lucky that we're part of that, and we were there, Jack, for that. But that Leicester City is exactly why a European Super League should never exist.
Yeah, we should be proud of the club. We've been through the bad times together, but we've stuck by them as fans, and we've got the good times now. Obviously, Vishai had that dream, which he made a reality. Since 2016 for winning the title, Phil, it's been up. I know we've not had the best of times with Powell and that, but he handled it well when Vishai died. Let's give him credit for that. But I think the football community now are thinking, well, if Leicester can win the league, why can't we? And it's upsetting the top six. I think that's why they wanted to run off to this Super League to go and play Real Madrid to bring in the money, which shows greed. And it's disgusting. And at the end of the day, they should put the fans first, because the fans is what makes football, and it makes it entertaining. And obviously the Premier League as well, it's unpredictable, isn't it? And that's what you love to see on a football game. You don't know who's going to win and what the outcome's going to be.
Jack, I tell you what, I bet it'd be interesting to see what people who are watching this think, but and what you think, Jack, as well, is I would love, obviously I want Leicester City to be in the Champions League next season. I would absolutely love it. Try not to sound like Kevin Keegan. I'd love it. But do you know what else, Jack? I would really love as well. I'd love it if West Ham got in the top four with us. I would absolutely be wetting myself and loving it and messaging every Man United fan. I mean, they'll probably be in there, but Chelsea fan, Spurs. What the hell are Spurs doing in a Big Six? They haven't won anything since 1961. I was looking at the stats yesterday, Jack, on Spurs' record list, and the most recent thing they've won is some like the Ajax Cup or something, the Dubai Cup. They haven't won nothing. And I'd love it if West Ham could break into the top four and Leicester to break into the top four, because it shoves it right up teams like Liverpool and Arsenal and Spurs. And it says you're not always going to be the big clubs.
No.
You're just the big clubs at the moment.
Brendan Rodgers said that yesterday in his interview. We were there to upset the market, not money-wise, but footballing knowledge and that. And he was 100% correct yesterday on what he said about it.
I mean, Sunderland have won 6 top division titles. Wolves have won 3 or 4. Burnley have won 2. I think Blackburn have won 3 in their history. Football's been here for 140 years. It's not here for just... Man City have done very, very little relatively in their history, apart from the last 10 years, where they've been given billions of pounds and suddenly are at the top table. They need to take a little bit of it. I feel sorry for their fans, because I'd be highly embarrassed if I was a fan of any of these clubs today. I'm highly embarrassed. I can't wait to see my mate who's a Liverpool fan, because I'm sure he'll be like hiding his head in shame.
Yeah. I think with Leicester, Phil, it's always shown that money doesn't buy success. We've earned it on hard work and merit at this football club. We've never sat there and brought the world-branded stars. We've looked at younger players like Fofana and people like that, and we're just improving players. I know we got 85 million for Maguire after buying him for, I think it was about 17 million pound, wasn't it, when Craig Shakespeare were here? And then we've sold him on for bigger bucks, and that shows how good business is. And everyone loves Leicester's transfer policy, where we can buy them for cheap and sell them on for big.
I see LCFC Gray's put in there they should be chucked out the top 6. I've got a funny feeling, Jack, they're not really going to get very punished by all this, to be fair. I don't know what should happen to them, but I can't see them docking points. I don't know what they're going to do with them.
I'm not sure. Let's move on to that, Phil. Let's talk about the protests that went on yesterday at Stamford Bridge. Obviously, there were a massive protest. They weren't letting the team bus in and stuff like that. I think it just shows how much the fans love their football club and how much they love football. It's just these owners like Perez at Real Madrid don't realise it. You think 16 to 24-year-olds yesterday weren't really interested in watching football for 90 minutes. He's having a laugh. Every young fan loves watching football.
I don't. You're just right, Jack. What planet are they on? He did say something like that, didn't he? Like, young kids don't like watching live football now. I'm like, I think they do. I think the King Power is full of kids. I sit in the family stand. It's full of kids who love football. You see kids in shirts all around the place. They're bonkers for it. They play FIFA. They kick a ball out on the street. They play in football teams. They watch it live.
Yeah.
They're just so out of touch, some of these owners, Jack.
That's it. Football was made on the poor basis, so Phil, and it's obviously trying to be taken over by the greed, which is disgusting, really.
Well, it doesn't help that some of these owners, Jack, have probably never even played football. I mean, everybody plays football. I'm nearly 50, Jack, and when I play football, I might keep it to myself, but I still run around playing five-a-side or whatever it is now at bad standard, daydreaming that I've just scored the winning goal at Wembley. So that's what fans are about. But I can guarantee that the owners of these Big Six clubs don't think like that.
No. I just think, some owners like Mike Ashley are all about the money, aren't they? Look at Newcastle. Newcastle have been through the shit for ages now, and he wants to sell the club, and then he just decides not to. It's just like he wants more money on top of what he was sending it for before.
Yeah, I mean, fans might slate Mike Ashley, and he's not perfect. I'd rather, obviously, our guys, but, I don't think he'd have even done this. I think he's got his finger on the pulse more than the owners of Liverpool, Man United, etc. I don't think he would have done this. He's a businessman, and he makes other businesses work well, So I think Newcastle could probably have worse owners than they've got if they thought about it.
Football is now a business, not a game to certain owners. You grow with a team, you just can't buy the badge. Exactly. Football grows, and as a young fan, you always love to see your team do well. From a young age, Phil, watching Leicester, we've watched them through the bad times and we've watched through the good times, and we've backed them ever since. Obviously, the Filbert Street days when they had Peter Taylor in charge and people like that. We've just stuck by him. We've not sat there and think, oh, well, we've got a crap manager here, or we're going to move clubs like some of the football fans were thinking of yesterday, leaving Liverpool just because they're going into this division. It just shows unfaithfulness, doesn't it?
Well, I'll tell you what, Jack, if Leicester had been in that and it had gone ahead, because it was effectively joining an exhibition club, an exhibition league. If Leicester had done it, I think I would have not come and watched it.
No.
I'd have given up on it. It's
ridiculous.
Listen, we've just been through some incidents with Leicester with certain players breaking COVID rules and partying and being paid 100 grand a week. Football at times needs to, for me, this is the irony, Jack. We've just had a season where these stadiums are empty. And for me, if it's the one thing they should learn is football is half the product, as they want to call it, without fans in it. Watching football with no fans in the ground or quiet stadiums is rubbish. I think football clubs, generally all of them, need to have a very, very good think about what they do. Financially, I think players are paid too much. I think you need to think about. I think this is time to draw a line in the sand, Jack. And if it's the government step in, the FA, Premier League, whoever, I think you need to talk about more financial fair play. Who's owning the clubs? How much are players getting earned? Are players earning £100,000 a week here, while people there in Leicester Royal are being paid 30 grand a year? Something's wrong, mate. Something's well wrong.
Fans will always be second best to these owners. They'll always second best, not to our owners. Obviously, like Pastor Alcott says, fans will always be second best to these owners. Not Leicester's though. Leicester's always put us first. They respect and gratitude, and we're one big family at Leicester City. Maybe Liverpool, and that should take a leap out of Leicester's book and know how to treat the fans properly.
Yeah, absolutely, Jack.
Let's quickly move on to the Super League, Phil. What do you actually think? What's going to happen now? Do you think there'll be any punishments to it? What are your thoughts?
Well, it's over, isn't it? They say it's finished. I think they need to sort something out with it because listen, have you heard the apologies they've come out with today? They're not exactly apologies. They're more like club statements. I think that it will come back at some point, maybe in a different guise. I think it will have some impact. They're not sorry they've done it. They're sorry they've not got away with it.
Yeah, that's it. If they got away with it, Phil, it would have been a whole different story. They wouldn't have apologised and said, "Oh, sorry, fans, we're doing this." They would have just got on with it, took the £4.6 billion what they're going to pay each team to go into it, and just took the money, not thought about the fans.
Yeah,
and it just would have was one big thing. Players say they get paid the money because they have a short spell in football. I think footballers yesterday, Phil, you have to give respect to them. They turned their backs on these owners and said, we ain't playing in this league, which is good to see. They've actually put the football club first and the fans.
Yeah. No, I think it's been good to see some of the players coming out, certainly some of the ex-players coming out. Gary Neville, Jamie Carragher, Gary Lineker, players just saying, look, this was not right. Jack, listen, mate, I'm going to have to shoot.
Yeah.
I've got to get back to work.
All right, mate.
We all have real day jobs. We just do this because we love Leicester City and we're just fans and we're passionate about it. So it's off to my next meeting. But what a shame. Don't forget, I just want to remind people, we are giving away a Wembley 21 Leicester City shirt. I was down here to buy one for myself today. You can't get one because there's no W's. But if you want to win that, go on to LeicesterFanTV.com and enter via the competitions. And we'll be giving that away live on my Monday night show on, I think, May the 10th, which is 5 days before. So we'll get it to you in time for the Wembley match. Jack, you're live tonight, aren't you?
Yes, I'm live at 8:30 with all Albion fans live on Leicester Fan TV. So join me there.
Have you got Ross with you?
Jane will be joining me tonight. So it should be an exciting talk. Obviously talking about the Premier League and not the ESL. So, let's get back onto the Leicester stuff now and then go from there and enjoy tomorrow's game.
Brilliant. I'm off then, Jack. Thanks a lot.
Cheers, Phil. That was Phil, guys. So LCSC Gray says latest Phil. Basra Talk, wonder if other clubs like ourselves had done this and not the top six. Bet we would have had severe punishment. Yep. They pick on the smaller clubs and not the bigger clubs, Since when was Tottenham a bigger club? Like Phil said, 1961, or when Harry Redknapp won the Carabao Cup in 2006 or something. 2008, I don't know. Probably when Portsmouth won the FA Cup that year. But I'm going to send a link out for anyone who wants to come and get their opinions. And then we will wrap up the show from there. So if you want to come and join me, guys, feel free. And then we'll wrap up the show and then move on to tonight's show to preview the West Bromwich Albion game. So the link is in the comments. Come and join me. Afternoon, counsellor. I hope you're well, mate. Ross, the link is in the comments. So if you want to come and have your say on the end of the Super League, then feel free. Ross, evening, pal. You're right, mate.
Well, afternoon. I'm not in the States. I'm all right like that.
Yeah, how are you, pal?
I'm good. I'm buzzing. Obviously, this ain't going ahead, thank God. I'm buzzing. To be honest, like I said, Tottenham is a big club. It's like Sepp Blatter becoming a born-again Christian. So it's just ridiculous. 1961, the last time they won a league title. That was 2 years old. But no, I'm glad it's not happening. But end of the day, they shouldn't get away with it.
Yeah, so that's what Mark Gatswood says, Ross. The likes of Liverpool, Man City, Man United get away with murder.
Exactly.
Do you know what? It should all be about treating each other fairly now and going from there. Let's bring Zachary in from the States, Ross.
Oh, yes.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Well, he's in
good
the
afternoon
States, not me.
from the UK, Zach.
I'm doing all right, gentlemen. It's about 6 o'clock in the morning, so
Wow.
It's not too bad over here. Just getting over some frost.
Just out of curiosity, what are you doing up at 6 a.m. Just out of curiosity? I mean,
I work evenings, so this is usually about the time that I'm going to sleep and kind of just winding down for the night after taking the missus to her job.
Fair enough. All right,
so what do you think to the news then, lads? Obviously, the end of the European Super League.
It's definitely some good news that this league has crashed and burned. From the perception we've been getting here in the States, it doesn't matter what club they supported in England. A lot of people here said that this league is going to be utter shambles. This is something that they're trying to go copy, let's say, our NFL, our NBA, where it's a closed system. And the other thing I was looking at too is I think the quality of play, if this league existed, would diminish, because we got some teams in, let's say, the NFL, NBA, that you got 3 or 4 teams that are doing consistently good while everyone else is cannon fodder. This is what would have happened to other teams, let's say, like AC Milan would be cannon fodder to either Barcelona or Real Madrid, and that would not have brought good competition to this league at all.
Yeah. Ross, what about you, mate?
I'm buzzing. You just said then NFL. Didn't they try and bring that? I can't pronounce XFL.
What they try to do with the XFL is they try to go put teams in the XFL or even like another league called the AAF to markets that the NFL have left. Like Stan Kroenke took his team from St. Louis to Los Angeles, so they try to go put the team in St. Louis to say, "Screw you, Stan Kroenke," and that league failed because of the virus after about one season or so.
I was about to say, it's weird. Obviously, it was owned by WWE. That's the reason why I know about it. And The Rock's now taken over, if I'm right in saying.
That's correct.
So we'll see what happens. No, I'm buzzing the fact that it's not happening, this Super League. You know, would have killed the competition. You know, I saw a sign at the protest last night about I want to call Tuesday night in Stoke or something. You know, that's what. Think about it. 48 hours ago, or well, 72 hours now. All fans hated each other, meaning like, you know, rivalries and clubs and stuff. And then out of nowhere, we've all come together. And it's just like a movement. You know, I can't put a name on it. What we could call the movement. But my suggestion about a punishment, I put this on Twitter last night about they should get a minus 15-point deduction, and they should obviously, you know, and they should give free merchandise and to the fans. Yeah. And like, I'm not saying free tickets every game, but like free tickets for when they come back in for like one, you know, they'll get at least one game for free or something, or two, because obviously I know people talk about punishments, you know, if it's not fair on the fans and all that stuff.
Ross, what do you think to that comment, mate?
That's I'm just reading it now. If you say
Leicester, Wolves, West Brom, Derby, Villa, Forest came out and wanted to break away into a Midlands League, we'd have been stripped of all assets and left in the football wilderness. Exactly. Just because you're a big name in football, Ross, it means that rules doesn't apply to you, innit?
Exactly.
Obviously, but they do.
Oh yeah, I
in
agree.
Their mindset, you know what I mean? But in football, they need to start realising that, Ross. The fans matter, and so does the football club. These owners need to stop taking money from these clubs and trying to fill their own pockets rather than giving to the club that they actually own. I'm a big Leicester City fan from 2015. I watch every match. That's just jumping on the bandwagon now. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Do you know what? They should refund all season ticket holders as well. Now, another...
try a 30-point deduction and refund season tickets and memberships as a bare minimum.
I mean, Man City have been relegated. I mean, Man City 20 years ago in League One and Championship, so they know what it's like to be in that division. But
Ross,
go on.
Answer this one, lads. We'll start with you, Ross. Do you think Leicester have a chance of winning the FA Cup?
I'm glad you brought the FA Cup up. Yes, 100%. You know, we need to win this cup. I've said it since the beginning.
Yeah.
We need to win the FA Cup. And also, people say, Chelsea, but beating Chelsea this season already. I know they've got a different manager now, and Thomas Tuchel. Is that how you say his name?
Yeah, Tuchel.
There you go.
That's too cool, yeah.
What he said. But no, they've got a good side in Tuchel, and you know, so I think it'll be a tough game, and I think we can come out winners. You know, Schmeichel's first ever final. I think it's Vardy's first ever final.
Yeah, it is. He's been in every round so far in the FA Cup, Ross.
Experiencing it. Now, I'm glad you brought the FA Cup, actually. Now, I hope this people might not know my Twitter or anything. I don't know if anyone likes this idea. No, I'm cooking food. I'm cooking food in a sec. All right, I'll stop a second. Okay.
That's it. Sit down, Ross.
Right, I'll sit down a sec. No, an idea that I've thought in my head about, you know, obviously because there's only going to be 10,000 fans. You know, Leicester City, 10,000 Chelsea. Yeah. About possibly, obviously with approval. Obviously, you know, need to get approval. Opening up the King Power Stadium, 3,000, 4,000 in the King Power Stadium, all social distancing, of course, to watch the final. Because it's the first FA Cup final we've had in probably most of our everybody's life, most people's life. Sorry, should I say, since 1969. Now I know they can't obviously have it in the town centre because that would just cause uproar. But if you do want it, obviously, can you see names at the bottom? I don't know if you can see names.
I'm not sure.
Just put my Twitter. If you do, obviously, I've tweeted out to Leicester. I've tweeted out to the FA Cup as well. So it'd be nice to get that happening. You know, get a trend going. We want our ball back trending.
Yeah.
You know, courtesy of Gary Lineker. So I think we'd love to see it. Love to see it. You know, 4,000 in the King Power, and then when we win the FA Cup, you know, all celebrating, all in pubs. I think it'd be a good idea. I mean, I don't know what everyone else thinks about it.
Do you know what, Ross? It's about time we've got to get back to some normality, aren't they? If we're going to have fans in the Euros and that, then we've got to start doing things like this, haven't we? I know it's going to be a risk, but it's a risk that you need to take. If we're going to be back in football grounds come August, then we've got to start taking these risks, haven't we? And hopefully it pays off. Zach, what about you in the FA Cup, mate? Do you think Leicester can win it?
I believe we definitely have a very good shot. And as you guys mentioned, is like, even though yes, we did beat Chelsea early this year. I know that with them having with Tuchel as their new manager, it's going to be a different side completely than what we faced when Frank Lampard was in charge of the side than when we beat them. I'm thinking if we do win, it's going to be a very close one, like we did against Southampton in the semis. So I would say probably 2-1 to Leicester.
Great hit. So, Ross, tonight we've got our show, haven't we, at 8:30. Zach, if you're around, please feel free to watch me. I don't know what time it'll be in the US at 8:30 UK time.
5 hours. Are they 5 hours behind? Is that right? No?
Yeah, I'll probably be waking up and getting ready for work, so I'll be listening in the car whenever you guys get on.
Feel free. So, guys, tonight, join J&R with all Albion's fans tonight at 8:30. Be sure to check it out. Please like and share this stream and subscribe to Leicester Fan TV if you're new to get all exclusive Leicester Fan TV content. And thank you for coming on, Zach. It's been a pleasure, mate.
Yeah, it's nice to be chatting with you guys again. I'll talk to you guys later.
Cheers, pal.
Have a good kip.
And Ross?
Yeah, well, I'm just about to do my homemade chips now and chill out for a bit. But yeah, get trending. We're gonna get that trending. You can see my name. I don't know if you can see the name. Rated R Ross 24. If you want to go and give it a tweet, it'd be nice to have 3,000, 4,000 Leicester fans in the King Power. On the big screen. It's on BBC, BT and BBC. Just be nice to have fans in a state at the King Power. Like I said, with approval, obviously. And I think it will. Hopefully, they do. The Leicester Council, they can make their own minds up. So it'd be nice to have fans in the stadium. That would be pretty cool.
Yeah. I think the players have missed us, haven't they, Ross?
The
times when they're 0-0 and they need pushing on for that last kick up the arse, shall I put it?
It would be. It would be great to actually have an atmosphere. I mean, I know it's not at the King Power; it's at Wembley. But obviously, we can't. We would have 45,000 there. We can only have 10,000. So it would be nice. If the club can respond to us, that'll be amazing. If they can't, it's one of them things. But at least we tried. You don't know until you try, do you? So
hopefully they'll respond and then keep us updated on tickets, merchandise for the FA Cup.
Yeah,
I think it'd be a nice gesture. Obviously, doing that, and then the players will obviously see the fans back at the Wembley Stadium. I know it's not King Power, but they'll get that the week after when we play Tottenham at home. So, looking forward to it, Ross.
Luke
Walters says, "Easy boys." So, Ross, I'll see you tonight, mate, at 8:30 for sure.
Catch you in a bit.
Adios, pal. That was Ross. Thanks for Zach coming on, and a big massive thank you to Phil. So this is Jack from Leicester Fan TV. It's been a pleasure, guys. Hope you've enjoyed the show. Again, please like, share this stream, and subscribe if you're new around here and enjoy our content. So we'll see you at 8:30 tonight, guys. See ya.
Welcome to Leicester Fan TV. With special thanks to our pal Ben. ADT Taxis, Feed Me, Piglet's Pantry, Tiger, Leicester Garage Conversions, Pink Vehicle Leasing, Hologram, The Fox's Arms, Moyer Wade Interiors, and our chosen charity, Memphis UK. We bring you the fans' views on the match each week, and your views matter to us. Join the fans' debate each match with us. Follow us at Leicester Fan TV.